The Big Hop. Hello, little explorers, and welcome to our story corner. Today, we're hopping into a magical forest to meet two of the fluffiest, cutest best friends you'll ever see. Are you ready? Let's begin. Deep in a sun-dappled forest, where flowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow and the trees whispered secrets to the wind, lived two little bunnies. One was a little pink bunny named Pinky. Pinky had fur as soft as a cloud and a little twitchy nose that was always sniffing out a new adventure. She was full of energy, always ready to leap and bounce and explore every corner of their woodland home. Her best friend was a little brown bunny named Browny. Browny had warm chocolate brown fur and big, thoughtful eyes. He was a bit more cautious than Pinky. While Pinky loved to leap first and look later, Browny liked to think things through, making sure every hop was a safe one. Despite their differences, they were the best of friends and did everything together. They loved to play hide-and-seek among the giant ferns, chase butterflies through meadows of clover, and listen to the wise old owl hoot his stories from the highest branch of the ancient oak tree. One beautiful sunny morning, while they were playing their favorite game of Follow the Leader, they hopped and skipped their way into a part of the forest they had never visited before. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating dancing patterns on the ground. Everything seemed new and exciting. "Follow me, Brownie," chirped Pinky, her little pink ears flopping with every bounce. "I bet I can hop higher than that mushroom." Brownie giggled and followed close behind, carefully matching Pinky's every move. They hopped over smooth, gray stones, wiggled under low-hanging branches, and raced each other to a sparkling stream. Suddenly, Pinky skidded to a stop. Right in front of them, blocking their path, was a huge, mossy log. It was bigger than any log they had ever seen before. It was long and wide, like a sleeping giant lying across the forest floor. "Whoa!" breathed Pinky, her eyes wide with wonder. "Look at that, Brownie! It's a giant log!" Brownie's nose twitched nervously. "It sure is, Pinky! It's really big!" The log seemed to stretch on forever in both directions. For a moment, they just stood there, staring at the colossal obstacle. Pinky's adventurous spirit sparked to life. A determined glint appeared in her eyes. "I'm going to hop over it," she declared with a confident wiggle of her tail. Brownie looked from the giant log to his friend. "Are you sure, Pinky? It looks really high. Maybe we should just go around it. We could find another path." But Pinky shook her head. Her mind was made up. This was a challenge, and Pinky loved challenges. "Going around is the easy way, Brownie. Imagine how amazing it will feel to be on the other side. It'll be the biggest hop we've ever done. It's the Big Hop." Pinky backed up a few steps, her little legs trembling with excitement. She wiggled her fluffy tail, took a deep breath, and prepared for her first attempt. "Here I go!" she shouted. She took a few quick hops and then sprang into the air with all her might. She flew up, but not quite high enough. Boink! Her little pink nose bumped right into the side of the mossy log, and she tumbled backward, landing softly on a patch of clover. "Oof," she said, shaking her head. Brownie rushed to her side. "Are you okay, Pinky?" he asked, his voice full of concern. "I'm okay," Pinky sighed, brushing a bit of moss off her nose. "It's just higher than it looks." Brownie gently patted her back. "See? I told you it was big. Let's just go around. It's safer, and we can still see what's on the other side." But Pinky was not one to give up so easily. The failed attempt only made her more determined. "No way, Brownie. I can do this. I just need a better plan." She looked at the log, her little brow furrowed in thought. "I know, I need a running start. If I run really fast, I'll have enough power to fly right over." Brownie looked worried, but he knew that once Pinky had an idea in her head, there was no stopping her. So, Pinky backed up even further this time, all the way to a large fern. She crouched down low, like a little pink spring ready to uncoil. "Ready, set, go," she yelled. Her little legs pumped as fast as they could go, a blur of pink against the green forest floor. She ran faster and faster, heading straight for the log. At the very last second, she jumped. She soared through the air, higher than before. For a split second, it looked like she might just make it. But thud, she didn't clear the top. She slid back down the side of the log and landed in a heap, feeling a little discouraged. Brownie hopped over and nuzzled her. "You were so close that time," he said encouragingly. Pinky sighed. "Close isn't over it." She sat down, her ears drooping. "Maybe you're right, Brownie. Maybe it's just too big for a little bunny like me." Seeing his best friend so sad, Brownie's thoughtful mind started working. He didn't want Pinky to give up, but he also didn't want her to get hurt. He looked around the clearing, his big eyes scanning everything, and then he saw it. Not far from the giant log, there was a much smaller one, about half the size. An idea popped into his head. "Pinky, look," he said, pointing with his nose. "What if we practice on that smaller log first? It's not as scary." We can figure out how to jump higher, and then we can try the big one again." Pinky looked at the smaller log. It was much less intimidating. Her ears perked up a little. "Practice? That's a great idea, Brownie." So, they hopped over to the smaller log. Pinky tried to jump over it, and she made it, but just barely. Brownie watched her carefully. "You know, Pinky," he said thoughtfully, "I noticed something. When you jump, you tuck your legs in a little. What if you try to stretch them out at the last second, like you're trying to touch the sky with your toes? And maybe bend your knees a little more before you leap, to get more spring." It was great advice. Pinky listened to her friend and tried again. She bent her knees low, and as she jumped, she stretched her back legs out as far as they could go. Whoosh! She sailed over the little log with room to spare. "I did it!" She squealed with delight. "Brownie, you're a genius." They spent the next while practicing together. Pinky would jump, and Brownie would give her tips. "A little more power this time," or "Remember to stretch." Pinky's jumps got higher and higher with each try. Soon, she was leaping over the small log so icily, it felt like hopping over a pebble. Brownie even gave it a try himself. He was a bit nervous, but with Pinky cheering him on, he took a leap and made it over. They celebrated with a happy little bunny dance. Practicing together made them feel strong and confident. They weren't just two little bunnies anymore. They were a team. Finally, Pinky looked back at the giant log. It still looked big, but it didn't look impossible anymore. "Okay, Brownie," she said, her voice steady and sure. "I think we're ready for the big hop." Brownie nodded, his eyes shining with shared determination. "We're ready, but this time, let's do it together." Pinky loved that idea. Facing the challenge together felt so much better than doing it alone. They stood side by side, facing their giant obstacle. They remembered everything they had practiced. "On the count of 3, said Brownie. 1, 2, 3. They took a running start together, their little paws thumping on the ground in perfect rhythm. They ran faster than ever before, side by side. As they reached the log, they both bent their knees low, and with a mighty push, they sprang into the air. They stretched their legs out, just like they had practiced, reaching for the sky. For a magical moment, they were flying. They sailed up, 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 over the mossy green top of the log. They had done it. They landed gently on the soft grass on the other side, their hearts thumping with excitement and pride. They looked at each other, their eyes wide with disbelief and joy. "We did it!" shouted Pinky, jumping up and down. "We really did it!" Brownie laughed, a big happy bunny laugh. "We did it together!" They had conquered the big hop. The part of the forest on the other side of the log was even more beautiful, with glowing flowers they had never seen and a little waterfall that sang a sparkly song. They felt so proud of themselves, not just for getting over the log, but for not giving up and for working as a team. Pinky learned that sometimes a little practice and a good friend's advice are all you need. And Brownie learned that trying something new and scary can be really fun, especially when you have your best friend by your side. They spent the rest of the day exploring the new, wonderful part of the forest, their hearts full of a brand new kind of happiness. And that, my little friends, is the story of the big hop. Pinky and Brownie learned a very important lesson that day. They learned that it's good to challenge yourself and try new things, even if they seem scary at first. And when you face a challenge, remember that it's okay to fail, because every try is a chance to learn. Most importantly, with a little practice, determination, and the help of a good friend, there's no challenge too big to overcome. So next time you face a big log in your life, remember Pinky and Brownie. Take a deep breath, maybe practice on a smaller log first, and don't be afraid to take that big hop. Did you enjoy our adventure with Pinky and Brownie? If you did, give this video a great big thumbs up. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for another wonderful story. Bye-bye for now.